This is Delgar the Casual Gamer, and this is my first round entry for the C3 competition. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I grew up reading comic books, and much of my childhood was spent pretending to be one superhero or another. I think that's one of the reasons why I really enjoyed the Titanfall beta. Because unlike Ghost, where you feel like a two-pump chump, in Titanfall, you really felt like you were a superhero. You could climb walls, super jump, cloak, fall from incredible heights and survive, and then, when the crap really hits the fan, you can call in your giant robot to help take care of business. Now, I think everybody's thought about being a superhero at one point in their lives, and I'm sure you've sat around with your friends discussing what kind of superpower you'd like to have. You know those conversations where you have to decide which superpower would you like to have if you could only have one? The common choices being flight, super strength, invulnerability, or regeneration. Of course, every group has that one guy, you know who I'm talking about, that one guy that says, I'd like to be invisible so that I could spend all my time hanging out in women's locker rooms. Psst, I'm that guy. Now, I've actually thought a lot about what kind of superhero I would be if I were one. Now, to be a superhero, you have to have a superpower. Without a superpower, you're just a hero, and not that heroes are bad, but to be a superhero, you've got to have a superpower. Now, I've always thought of myself as a leader and a mastermind, so my superhero slash superpower of choice would be psionic ability, like Professor Xavier from the X-Men. Except for the whole not being able to walk thing. I think I'd want to walk. Yeah, I'd want to walk. With an ability to read people's minds and control their actions, you could stop conflicts before they even started. I could make armies lay down their weapons. I could negotiate peace between two countries that have hated each other for eons. With the ability to control people's minds, the possibilities are endless. And that doesn't even go into the fact of all of the women that I could manipulate into, yeah, you know. But that then brings up my next point. If I was the only person on the planet with an extraordinary ability, how do I stop myself from being corrupted or letting the power influence me? The old adage, absolute power corrupts absolutely, really fits in here, because if I could control people's minds, who could stop me? Would they even know it was me? I could make them think whatever I wanted. I would be able to do anything. So what would stop me from crossing over to the dark side and stop being a superhero and becoming a supervillain? This is something I've discussed a lot with my wife, because in her case, we don't discuss what kind of superhero she would be, we discuss what kind of supervillain she would be. She's intelligent, creative, and a little bit vindictive. Oh man, the poor bastard that crosses her. But I digress. It's really easy to say, I'm not going to let the power get to my head, I'm not going to be corrupted by it, when you don't actually have any power. And I like to think that I'm a good person, that I do good things and think good thoughts for the most part. But even I wonder if I had the ability to control people's thoughts, to make them do whatever I wanted to do, would I be able to resist the temptation? Could I? Could I be a superhero, or would I be a supervillain? And to be honest, I'm not 100% sure I have what it takes to be a superhero. I'm not sure. And thankfully for the world, we don't have to find out. Yet. Uncle Ben told Peter Parker, with great power comes great responsibility. Do you think that you could handle that responsibility if you had great power? So tell me, if you could be a superhero, what kind of superhero would you be?